Welcome back to the Guru Sports Podcast. You know who it is. It's Trev the Guru. I know I've been gone, man. Did you miss me? I bet y'all did. Look, sorry for those who I didn't help for their lineup for Fantasy Super Bowl weekend. If you a champion, congratulations to you. If you were second place, hey, great effort. Third place, fourth place, great effort. If you didn't get to the playoffs, man, as always, next year, do more mock drafts. Follow me. Maybe you might do better. But today, look, we getting back into it, man. We talking about wild card or super wild card weekend. Oh, my gosh. Super wild card weekend, y'all. Get the hell out of here. It's wild card weekend. It's not super wild card weekend. It's wild card weekend. The only thing really super about this is like the first time ever that every matchup in the wild card weekend is a previous matchup from the season. So that's really like the only crazy thing about this wild card weekend. But talking about this wild card weekend, the first game we got is Seahawks versus the Niners. Just a few stats just off of that game. Brock Purdy, since I believe week 11 when he took over, or was it week 11? I think it was week 11, but since he took over, he has 2 touchdowns a game. He's averaging 2 touchdown passes a game. I think he just threw his first interception against the Raiders. So dude is just really playing super efficiently. He's playing like super efficient. It's for a third string, a rookie. You got to give it to him. He's playing with some poise. On the other hand, Geno Smith, the last time they played, Geno Smith threw for 238 yards. I believe he was 31 for 44. He threw the ball 44 times, 31 completions. He just didn't throw a passing touchdown. They didn't have a passing touchdown in that game. He targeted Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf, I think, both 9 times, and they both had 7 catches. They both finished with about like 60-something yards. Brandon Ayuk didn't have a good game. I think he only had like 2 catches on like 4 targets for like 19, 16-something yards like that. George Kittle actually had a good day. He had 2 touchdowns. I think he had, let me see. Do I have George Kittle's stats? Yeah, I do. He had 5 targets. 5 targets, 4 catches, 93 yards. 93 yards, 2 touchdowns. CMC had 26 touches, 108 rushing yards, and 1 touchdown. But he also had 8 targets for 6 catches and 30 yards. So he put on 138 all-purpose yards, 108 of them on the ground. He rushed for 108 yards on the Seahawks. So that shows you where the weakness is. And that's why I ran these numbers down on everybody, just to show you that last matchup, like what really happened between the 2 teams and what made the difference. The difference was the 49ers could run the ball. As you can see, I don't have any stats up here for Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker had a subpar day. It was a regular day for him. The 49ers shut the run down. Kenneth Walker did not have a good day. He just couldn't get around the edge. If you go back and watch that game, he just couldn't get around him. And for that, I think this is why I think the 49ers is going to win, is because I truly think that Purdy is going to play with great poise. Shanahan is going to call a game to make it easy for Purdy. They're going to give the ball to CMC. They're going to hit George Kittle, and they're going to hit Brandon Ayuk as a third option. Not sure if Deebo Samuels is coming back, and I haven't heard anything about that. But as far as I know, that's the way I would do the game plan, and that's why I think the 49ers are going to win. They're just going to have a much more successful day on the ground, and their best running back is also like their best receiver. So it's a double-edged sword. Seahawks, they got to really buckle down and see if they can get in the end zone this time. You can't throw for 267 yards and don't get a touchdown, Geno. You're going to get put out the playoffs. All right, let's go to the next game, man. Next game, we got Chargers and Jaguars. At the beginning of the year, everybody was asked, like we asked each other, a couple of my partners, we asked each other about our sleeper teams. And my sleeper team was the Jaguars. Like, I thought that Doug Peterson came in, he was going to change the culture. Trevor Lawrence, I know he had a bad first year, but he got Travis Etienne, he got his running mate back. They picked up Christian Kirk. They got Zay Jones, he's a decent receiver. They got Evan Ingram from the Giants. They put together a good squad, and their defense actually ain't bad at all. So at first it didn't look so good. Trevor Lawrence was getting pick happy, but then you started to see that settle down. You started to see Trevor Lawrence settle down. Now you're starting to see him rely more on his playmakers like Travis Etienne. Evan Ingram, you've seen in the last 6 or 7 games, he just went crazy. The team is just really starting to click. They're really starting to come together, and especially their defense. Their defense is really starting to fire on all cylinders too. I mean, they got a takeaway in their last 4 games, I believe. So the Jaguars are actually playing on a high. Now the Chargers, on the other hand, just got bad news. Mike Williams has, I believe, a fracture in his back, if I'm not mistaken. So he's probably going to be out for the playoffs, which is not terrible news. It's bad news for them. But Josh Palmer, he's going to come and step up. And we've seen what he's been doing all season. He stepped up for Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen came back. Mike Williams got hurt with the ankle sprain. Josh Palmer stepped in again. Mike Williams came back. He played the third man. Mike Williams hurt again. He's going to come back again, and he's going to do the same thing. Josh Palmer is going to play a huge role on his team, and expect him to have a big game. Him and Keenan Allen, I believe, is going to have a big game. And not just that, Justin Herbert. Now, the first time these two teams played, the Chargers did not have a good game. They had it was one of their worst games of the season, and it was at home. It just didn't look good. Justin Herbert, 25 for 45, 297 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Trevor Lawrence on the other, 28 for 39, 262 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So Trevor Lawrence outperformed Justin Herbert last time. Now, these are 2 young quarterbacks of the future, so expect these 2 to try to battle it out. It ain't going to just be a running game. They're going to try to score points, and honestly, this is the best way to beat each other, is going to have to, outscore each other. One of these defenses are going to have to step up and buckle down and really stop the other team. Now, the Chargers defense is starting to click, but can they still maintain the run? Because last time they played, this is Travis Etienne's numbers. He was 13 touches, 45 rushing yards, 3 targets, 3 catches for 30 passing yards. He had a decent game. So he finished with 75 all-purpose yards against the Chargers last time. If you add a touchdown to that, he had a day. You know what I mean? So Christian Kirk had 75 yards and a touchdown. Zay Jones had 11 targets, 10 catches, 85 yards and a touchdown. So Christian Kirk and Zay Jones had an absolute day against them. Now, last time Keenan Allen only had 6 targets, 5 catches, 60 yards, no touchdowns. Austin Eckler had 50 all-purpose yards. That's all he had. He had a terrible game. Mike Williams, he had less than 20 yards that game. So they got, I don't know if it's a matchup issue. I don't know what it is, but between those 2 and this doubleheader, I think this game, that particular game with the Jaguars and the Chargers is gonna be a battle, man. This both quarterbacks first time being in the playoffs. Expect some interceptions to be thrown on both sides. Expect some interceptions to be thrown on both sides, but this is going to be a battle of the wits. These coaches are going to have to really coach this game, and Doug Peterson is an experienced coach. So expect the Jaguars to have some real good schemes up their sleeves to try to outman the Chargers, and expect the Chargers to try to go yard. Expect Justin Herbert to try to put on an absolute clinic. And if he can get his way, it's going to be a long day for the Jaguars. But that's all I got for y'all today. That's the doubleheader for Wildcard Weekend. Y'all tune in to the next episode. We're going to talk about the games that's coming on Sunday, which I think those games, let's check those games. Oops. Doo-doo-doo. That's all I got for y'all, man. That's going to be Super Wildcard Weekend. That's going to be Super Wildcard Weekend. Super Wildcard Weekend Saturday. That's all I got for y'all today. Tune into the next episode. We're going to talk about the games that's coming on Sunday. It's a triple header Sunday. So we got Miami and Buffalo. We got New York and we got the Giants and the Vikings and the Bengals and the Ravens. So Bengals, Ravens, Giants, Vikings, Dolphins, Bills. I think the Bills come on first. Yeah. So tune into the next episode when we talking about. Tune into the next episode. That's all I got for y'all today. Tune into the next episode when we talking about the triple header that's coming on Sunday. It's gonna be Dolphins, Bills. We got Giants, Vikings, and then we got Ravens, Bengals. All three of those games is gonna be some great games. Tune into the next episode where I break those down. That's all I got for y'all.